What's up, guys? It's Lollylord. But before we start this, I actually have some very exciting news. So I need to go full screen cam in order to do this one. There we go. I don't only have one screen now, so I'm going to display capture. Okay. Oh no. Okay, that's not the right one. Here. This is what I have on a different screen now. I have a new monitor. And if we were to go to my primary monitor, which is my laptop, you see this. And I have a third screen, another monitor, over here. Now, the problem with this one is I can't see through it. Like, it works, as you can see right here. But if I were to, show you, which I'm not going to, but if I could, it's black. I can't see anything. So I'll get it to work at some point. But now I have my laptop screen for OBS in the camera. And I have, that's not the right one, this one for my games and what I'm watching and stuff like that. So I just wanted to talk about that. Also, I don't know why, but FuhNaff made a new theory. Again, I have no idea why he's doing this. Mustache Man. I don't know why he's doing this. I thought he was done with theories until Ruin, but apparently he's not. I just woke up, so I'm gonna just get started with this. Thanks for commenting on my last video.
I told myself that I wasn't going to post any more FNAF theories on YouTube or Twitter until Ruin came out.
Exactly.
I felt that this video was important to make. In a very short amount of time, I went from a FNAF news channel to one of the biggest FNAF theorists on YouTube.
Exactly, dude. I was here since FNAF news.
I've never been more scared to post a FNAF theory on YouTube because I feel that pressure and my mental health honestly just can't handle the hate. The reason that this has been happening is mostly because the new Tales from the Pizzaplex books. This effectively split the fandom in half between people who believe the Tales books take place in the games and people who don't. After reading and doing research, I came to the conclusion that I think the stories are parallels and don't take place in the games. Kind of like the Silver Eyes trilogy. The Silver Eyes trilogy has some of the exact same characters, events, and settings from the games, but they take place in a different continuity. That was, at least I think, the case for the Fazbear Frights books as well, and I think that's the case with the Tales books now. This is the opinion that's gotten me a ton of hate. And it's not just constructive criticism, it's actual people who are furious that I have this opinion and say terrible things about me publicly in my DMs and in my business email. I've gotten a lot of comments saying that I'm a prominent theorist in the community now, and because of that, I'm misleading people into thinking these books are parallels. And I want to say that I never make a theory video.
Literally, oh my god. Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to stop right here for a minute. I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to open another John theory, because I swear in one of the intros to one of his theories, he literally had the words "it's just a theory" or "theory" throughout the entire screen. Hold on, let me find it, because if that's the truth, then these people are madmen. Is it
back
this
in
one?
September of 87 debate, and now it looks like he's currently there is a misconception from Sister Location that I may need to clear up someday as well, or maybe I'll just leave it to torment the fandom. Winky face.
Not here. Maybe it's in this one.
Your FNAF community has lost their minds over something called the Mimic, the storyteller, but more on that later. The physical mimic was actually introduced in the most recent Tales book.
Alright, it's not here. I think I'm starting to lose it. Literally. Maybe
we were wrong about some big parts of the FNAF story, and in this video
I'm not trying to find this anymore. Let's continue watching the theory.
Just to be contrarian or to try and spread our parallels. And I want to say that I never make a theory video just to be contrarian or to try and spread misinformation. Most of the time, cough cough, I genuinely believe what I'm saying. And I'm not going to say something I don't believe just because you think I'm wrong. Theorizing about this franchise is supposed to be fun, but recently it's turned into unhealthy debate and making people you disagree with look dumb, especially on Twitter. Like I said, I'm not going to change what I say just because someone thinks I should believe what they believe. And beyond saying it's just a theory, I don't think what people choose to believe is is a YouTuber's responsibility. But I do understand where the people who say this come from. I very quickly became a prominent theorist in the community, and I understand that my videos may drown out other people's theories. And
I think he just hit like 400,000. Yeah, like congratulations.
I think the right thing for me to do in this situation is to encourage people to look at different perspectives. So I encourage you to check out other theorists in the community. Rye Toast and ID's Fantasy are probably people you've already heard of before, but there's also people like The Ozone, who makes great videos, and also Impulse Evan 37, who likes to review and react to my theories. And although he may disagree with me heavily most of the time, he's always respectful about it. I don't agree with a lot of these people's theories, but I still respect them, and I think you should check them out too. And not to mention, there's so many other theorists on YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter that are just as valid as anyone else. There are reasons that I say the things I do in my theory videos, especially when it comes to if the Tales books actually happened in the games. I'm sure you've heard about the Mimic by now, a killer robot that loves dressing up in costumes and holding a white tiger plushie in its hand. There's many reasons why I believe the Mimic to be a parallel of Glitchtrap and possibly Baby. The Mimic in the books has not once said anything about wanting to mimic William Afton, and it also has never taken the form of a bunny, at least yet. Two very important things that would connect it to Glitchtrap. The Mimic primarily presents itself as a white tiger in the books, just like the white tiger plushie that it liked carrying in its hand. The reason that I think this is a parallel to the games is because Glitchtrap literally turns into a rabbit plushie at the end of Help Wanted. Glitchtrap also tells Vanessa to make a bunny costume.
When that music comes on, you know that something just happened.
And what do you need to do to talk to Glitchtrap in Help Wanted? Put on the Vanny mask and hold the bunny plushie in your hand, just like how the Mimic likes wearing costumes and holding the white tiger plushie. What happens in the books and the games are similar, but look a little bit different. Edwin, who built the Mimic in the books, I think is a parallel to Henry. Henry and Edwin both have one kid. Both kids died tragically. Edwin built a robotic vacuum cleaner. We see this robotic vacuum in Henry's pizzeria in FNAF 6. Although it may not connect 100%, the connections go on and on. I think that the original Mimic that Edwin built in the books is a parallel to Baby. I think this because the first costume that the Mimic puts on in the books is a jester costume, which is what Baby was designed to look like. Fazbear Entertainment workers were sent to Edwin's abandoned warehouse to collect the Mimic, just like how there were Fazbear Entertainment workers sent to the abandoned sister location bunker in Night 4.
It sounds like someone else is in the building.
The Mimic kills one of the Fazbear workers by hanging him on a clothes hanger, which is similar to how the workers in the sister location bunker died. The Mimic can mimic people's voices, something that Baby does in sister location.
The private room,
We need you so that we can leave.
The Mimic was left behind by Edwin, which is something that Baby said happened to her.
What is bad is always left behind.
Minor spoiler for the newest Tales book, but in the story Tiger Rock, the white tiger takes the form of a clock. The white clock had a face, not just a clock face, but an actual face. The clock had two eyes, a round black nose, and a wide, toothy smile.
This is why I'm not reading this book, guys.
It appeared to be made of metal, and the face was outlined in black. The clock then goes on to open its eyes to reveal one blue eye and one green eye. Does this sound familiar? Well, that's because in sister location, we get a big white clock outlined in black with Baby's face on it. The tiger animatronic in the books has one blue eye and one green eye. Baby's eyes were originally blue before turning to green after she killed Elizabeth. It's connections like the clock that are so specific that it's hard for me not to point it out. Could it mean nothing? Maybe. But I think it's fun and valid to point out nonetheless. So if this virus that is ruining the Pizzaplex in the books is a Mimic virus, and I think the Mimic in the games is Baby, the virus that we see in the games must have come from Baby in some way. This is how I got to the connection with the chip in Baby's arm. Her whole speech in Night 5 of Sister Location is all about that chip. She tells us to save what is good, aka the chip.
I want you to save what is good, so the rest can be destroyed and never recovered.
We then enter a very long passcode to get to that chip.
There is a passcode that you must enter before you can retrieve me.
It's not until we take that chip that she says we can destroy her body.
I want you to destroy this body.
A lot of people said that that chip is just so she can keep communicating with us, since she tells us to put it into hand unit.
Put the card into your handheld device, and I can continue.
I forgot, but it was something. I forgot.
The reason she's able to still speak with us when we put the chip into hand unit is because she is inside that chip. She literally tells us by grabbing that chip, we are retrieving her.
There is a passcode that you must enter before you can retrieve me.
This is why, throughout Sister Location, Baby always talks to us as if Elizabeth is a separate person.
Isn't this why you came here? To be with her again? I still hear her sometimes.
But in FNAF 6, once that chip is out of Baby, she's now talking as if she is Elizabeth.
Because she is.
I will make you proud, Daddy.
That virus was taking over Baby throughout the entirety of Sister Location. But
Yeah.
now that virus resides in Hand Unit, the thing we plugged the chip into. And once Michael gets scooped, I can't imagine that he took Hand Unit with him when he left. So that must mean that Hand Unit with the chip in it must still be in that Sister Location bunker for Fazbear Entertainment to find. In Help Wanted, we learned that the developers of the VR game scanned some old circuit boards into the game to cut corners on development. And the voice that narrates that game sounds very familiar.
Welcome to the Freddy Fazbear virtual experience.
Familiar to
Welcome
everyone.
to the first day of your exciting new career.
He's literally
in
the
order
same
to get
voice
a narrator
actor,
voice
but
for the
okay.
game, they scanned the circuit board from Hand Unit into the game. And they
That works
got
too.
Hand Unit's voice, but they also got the virus from that chip along with it. Whether you agree with me or not, I think that chip that was stuck into Hand Unit is a big loose thread that I don't think ends with Michael getting scooped. In the books, we learn that Fazbear Entertainment built a bunch of version 2s of the original Mimic that are now presumably being used for the Glamrock animatronics. And if I'm saying that the original Mimic in the game was a Funtime animatronic, and the main feature of the Funtimes that no other animatronic in the series has is stomach hatches, that would mean that
They
Fazbear
literally have space.
Entertainment's version
They literally have space for a child in their stomach. Like, I just find that so funny. Sometimes I just think about it because, like, Afton was making these robots. Like, alright, let's make this big empty space so then it can trap kids in it. Which, Glamrock Freddy could have had that for Gregory, but, like, actually, yeah, that would be really dope if, like, Glamrock Freddy, like, if the Glamrock animatronics had, like, an empty space for, like, Gregory to climb inside. But also, that wasn't the intention. It was supposed to be for birthday cakes. But then have the empty space for birthday cakes. Because when Gregory goes in that, it's a bunch of wires and robotic stuff. Animatronic stuff. So I'm gonna get off this side right.
other animatronic in this series has is stomach hatches. That would mean that Fazbear
Yeah.
Entertainment's version 2s of the Funtimes are the Glamrocks, who also have the one feature that only the Funtimes possess: stomach hatches.
Okay, there it
Gregory
is.
jokes about becoming a meat pretzel at the beginning of the game, which is how Elizabeth died.
Okay.
There's no way. I'm sorry. It's just these connections are so
But
funny.
you better be careful moving around. I don't want to be crushed and twisted into a meat pretzel.
Oh, that's ironic. This video was meant to help you understand why
He
I'm saying the
understood,
things
like,
I
2
am.
years
You don't
ago.
have to agree with me at all. I just think it's important to clarify where I'm coming from. Once again, I encourage you to go listen to other theorists and get their perspective about what they think is going on. I want to bring back healthy theorizing because things are kind of getting out of control. Please be nice and respectful to people who disagree with your theories. I hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
my final FNAF security breach theory. Until FNAF security breach Ruin comes out.
But
See what I
when's
did
the
there?
release date?
YouTube Music Premium is an
You see,
experience
we
that
don't
gives
have
you-
a release date, and that's the issue. I literally have everything set up. The entire day yesterday, I've been trying to hook up the PS4 with, like, a capture card, and in here, like, I literally... It's right here. I'm not gonna extend it fully, but, like, here's the wire. I have it fully, so then I could play Ruin on OBS instead of playing on the PS4. And I'll talk about why I'm playing on the PS4 later. But, yeah, so that wasn't much of a theory. It was more of a just shut up and let us theorists cook. At least from my understanding. I didn't take away much from that video except for the chip that was in Hand Unit got loose into Help Wanted. Yeah, so I don't know. It's always fun to watch him make these theories. So it was still fun. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna go eat breakfast. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.